Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So I'm so glad to finally see you all here. I already know so much about you. So my name is Sergey. I was born in Russia, and I do cybersecurity. Which means I already know your Wi-Fi password and your dog's name. And you don't need to introduce yourself to me. I've seen your browser's history. Some of you should be ashamed. You know, Russians invented a need for cybersecurity. They also invented piracy. Russia just launched an official streaming service to play pirated movies and TV shows. It's called Nyetflix. It has one button, download anyway, and it comes with 3 bonus viruses. People say Russians are not funny. We are. It's just our humor comes with deep sense of trauma. The oldest form of Russian humor is sarcasm. Sarcasm. It was invented under the Tsars. Back when one bad joke could cost you a one-way ticket to Siberia. Like this one. I moved to Canada almost 20 years ago with just $500 in my pocket. And now, thanks to cybersecurity, all I have is good passwords now. And I still have only $500. Wait, I only have $480? I bought some milk last week. Speaking of milk, I really admire Canada's dairy lobby here. It's so controlling and so powerful. It reminds me of back home. It's basically a Russian mob. By the way, do you know where the Russian milk comes from? Moscow. Yes, moving to Canada was a big shock for me. Back in Russia, if you lose money online, that's normal. But in Canada, if you lose $20, you call your bank and they'll give it back. If you try that in Russia, they laugh at you and take another $20. In Canada, your bank will call you if they see suspicious activity. In Russia, there are suspicious activity. When I studied in Russia, we didn't just learn math and programming at school, we learned hacking techniques. Yeah, in Canada, they teach students how to create websites. In Russia, we learn how to take websites down. Oh, the first time I got a phishing email in Canada, I was so proud. I was like, hey, look, scammers think I have money now. But then it got even better. I got a phone call from a Russian scammer. Hello, sir. I call from Microsoft support. Your computer has viruses. Bro, are you Russian? Da. Where from? Rostov. Oh, no way. I went to university there. What payload are you using now? Mostly ransomware. What about you? Phishing emails from CRA. Oh, classic. Good work. We spoke like this for 30 minutes. We became good friends. His name is Vlad. He even offered me a job, full remote, paid in Bitcoin, 50% ethical. Yeah, another Russian guy named Sergey who immigrated around the same time as me? Sergey Brin. The guy who invented Google? Well, he moved to US and he started a $1 trillion company. And I moved to Ottawa, Canada, and I started IT business where I reset people's passwords for a living. Speaking of password, I see all kinds of stupid passwords people use, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not a password. That's a countdown for getting hacked. Or another guy used God123. Well, if you're using a God's name in your password, you better pray that it works. But at least in Canada, I get free healthcare. So if my IT business fails, I won't go bankrupt from a doctor's appointment. And here in Canada, you can go to a walk-in clinic. In Russia, if you can still walk, you don't go. Dating in Canada was a difficult too for me. There's a reason why Russian women come to Canada. It's because Canadian divorces comes with free healthcare and a big settlement. And by the way, do you know what a Russian marriage is called? A Soviet Union. It sounds strong, but eventually someone defects. Usually to Mississauga. With your IKEA furniture. You know, at the end of the day, cybersecurity is simple. If an email says you want a free iPhone, delete it. If Nigerian prince offers you money, block him. And if you need anything from me, if you want to get in touch with me, don't worry, I already got all your data. Remember, cybersecurity is no joke, but tonight it was. So have a good night, everyone. My name is Sergey. Spasiba.